Hello and welcome to another episode of our World War II Weapon Guide. In this episode, the Lewis. Commonly known as the Belgian rattlesnake, this weapon was pretty popular in World War I, being used by several countries, divisions, and even in vehicles and in airplanes. It serves as a familiar role within World War II, albeit as a more reserved weapon. In-game, the Lewis's damage is pretty high. You will kill people within 3 shots, or 4 past 127 meters, which is basically like map to map, and you'll barely see that at all. Your headshot multiplier is still 1.1 multiplier, so you'll basically be killing people within 3 straight headshots, making the weapon ideally worthless when it comes to killing people in the head. Your penetration ability, however, is high, so every time you hit people behind cover, you're going to be doing a lot of damage with them. Rate of fire, however, is going to be a key weakness with this weapon. At 517 rounds per minute, it's one of the slowest weapons in the game, and one of the slowest in the category. With rapid fire equipped, it will be a staggering 550 rounds per minute, making a little bit of a difference. Your hip fire is high, which means you'll have unreliable performance in close quarters, so either switching to a pistol or using a melee weapon would be the better choice. Recoil is moderate and will be a factor once you're firing at longer ranges, so in order to be effective, you will need to burst fire in order to make all your shots count. Your aim time is slow, like most of the other LMGs, at 350 milliseconds, and your speed is really sluggish too. You will be running at 80% of the base speed, much like most of the other LMGs as well. Your magazine size, however, is going to be pretty generous, at 47 rounds. But when it comes to extended mag, instead of having like a 50% increase, you get more than double that, at 97 rounds. Your reloads, however, aren't going to be very long. One of the longest in the game, you will have a lengthy 7 seconds in order to reload, so you're going to have to be in the back while your buddies are trying to protect you. Our build with this weapon is going to be basically a good LMG defense. This will be a good beginner class to start with, as you'll be able to take people from middle to longer ranges, and be able to deny them any kind of defense at closer ranges. So for our first choice, we are going to help increase the longevity of our weapon. Extended magazine will give you a 100% increase onto your magazine size. So instead of 47 rounds, you get 97 instead. And you can kill multiple people before needing that lengthy reload. And for our next choice, we are going to be increasing the accuracy of our weapon with the grip. And that will help you increase your accuracy at longer ranges as said earlier, but you really don't need to have those burst fire shots at longer ranges. FMJ works too if your enemies are behind cover, and this will give you even more damage behind cover, and you can damage the score streaks as well. So for our basic training, it's going to be based on score streaks, to help you either get rid of them, or to help your chances on getting them. So launch is a good idea to have if you're okay using the weapon at middle ranges. So in case you have a recon plane or a counter recon plane that's deciding to invade your airspace, you can simply swap them out by laying onto your launcher. The M1 bazooka or the Panzerschrecks can easily work on that. And for helping to get your streaks, ordnance will help with that. You'll have your score streaks even in much faster time than you could originally. So if you want to go for the easier score streaks, they're even easier to get. Or if you want to go for the decent score streaks or for the longer score streaks, they're a little bit easier to get now. And for if you want to have for your reload times, Hustle is a very good choice too, decreasing your reloads time significantly so you can get back in the fight. So for divisions, no doubt the armor division will probably be the better choice. Besides being resistant to everything besides bullets and melees, you'll be introduced to the bipod, which will increase your accuracy and your reloads while deployed. You just can't turn a full 360 while using the bipod. And for our second best choice, you can use the Mountaineer Division to be invisible by enemy recon planes and by score streaks, giving you a dual fold benefit, just you won't be using the bipod when having it. It's a sniper rifle division, basically. And as for your tacticals and lethals, you could choose the gas grenade, you could choose the smoke grenade, or you could use the S-mine to cover your back. And for your secondary, no doubt a pistol would work. Because of its slow reloads and all that, and it has a very wide hipfire, it's going to be vulnerable at close range. So you can introduce them to a pistol if anyone decides to violate your personal space. So in conclusion, the Belgian Rattlesnake has really good range. Although the recoil on this weapon is pretty moderate, you can be very controllable with it with a few pulls of the trigger. And it also has a high damage too. 3 shots kills are pretty easier to have with this weapon than with the other weapons that you can get, like the FG42 or with the BAR for example. Besides with the slow handling traits and the slow reload times and that, it also has a low rate of fire, and it's pretty poor at close ranges, so SMGs and shotguns can pretty much kill you at said close ranges, but at longer ranges sniper rifles will be able to kill you with 1 shot compared to the 3. So as long as you don't overextend your reach with this weapon and able to use this weapon at medium to longer ranges, this Belgian Rattlesnake will no doubt kill people with its nice little fangs. So thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And for our next episode, we are going to be going for the shotguns, and this one we're going to be reviewing the combat shotgun, or the trench gun as everyone knows it. Until then, GalacticStorm saying, keep charging, bitches.